Okay, I'm sure this is fine. Oh, okay. I'm gonna just for a brief second, and I'll have to edit this, but look at this. I've been in here for like 30 minutes. Not one person has popped in, and there's a theory, and I'm working. I'm fuck. I'm working on proving this theory. Okay. This is at some point in time gonna be the plan. Actually, while I'm looking at this, I need to update that. That's gonna need editing. My friend said some weird shit the other day. I don't know why. Okay. This is the idea, and I need to call this dude. I need to call this dude and actually do this one day. He's got infallible Riz. Infallible. It is insane. He's just out here spitting his truth, and it works. Everyone is drawn to him. Absolutely, he's just like, he has this natural presence of peace to him, and like, it's absolutely remarkable, right? At least in like my own community of people. So I'm standing in the bathroom. I've just got done doom scrolling for like 20 minutes on the toilet. I didn't even go in there to shit. I just took a sit down wee because sometimes you take sit down wees. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the Discord and I'm thinking, what's going on, man? What's happening here? What is the absolute shenanigans that are taking place in my life right now? Hold on, why is this not working? Okay. That's fine. We're gonna move past that. Okay, and I'm thinking, I'm sitting here in the Discord. You know, it says we got people online, right? You know, they could be playing with their own friends, whatever. You know, we all got like our own separate lives. It's fine. That's not the issue. It's the lack of consistency. Rather, it's not the lack of consistency. It is the rather auspicious consistency. It is a level of consistency that draws concern, okay? It doesn't matter who gets in the Discord. This motherfucker hops in the Discord. The bitches come crawling out of the woodworks. I don't just mean the women, but it's primarily the women, okay? It's like the two girls and me. Like, he hops in and he's like flooded, dude. You send an emoji, everyone's reacted to it. He sends a meme, everyone's reacted. He's just on this level above other people, unbeknownst to him, or maybe he is aware and he's just like, he doesn't want to abuse his power. But I could sit in this Discord like an hour, 2 hours, people come and go, you know, not like in the call, but like just online, right? And he'll pop in for like 5 minutes, I swear, at like 5 minutes. Dude, everyone. It starts with one. It's always one of the girls first. It's always one of the girls or me first, okay? And then after that, everyone gets in, right? And we had a conversation because I was like, yo, I wasn't even using Discord. I wasn't even on my computer for like 3 weeks. And I was like, hey, man, what happened? Like, the Discord died. Like, no one's popping in anymore. Why is this happening? Like, we used to be a happening place. And he was like, dude, you're the catalyst, brother. You bring us together. And I was like, that is not a true statement. There's no way that's true. So I went out to test it, right? So I started using it more. I put it, we got like different groups for different crap, like everybody's Discord, right? So I'm using the groups, I'm texting people back, I'm hitting them with messages, replying, but it's a heavy responsibility because as much as I love my friends, I don't necessarily care about everything, and I can't. I got a schedule. I got a life. I got free time I want to use for me. Okay, I'm not spending all my free time responding to everyone's message. And if you keep up like a certain level of activity, like so, this is what happens, right? I was gonna use a pen, but you have like the highest amount of like activity, and that means like I'm responding and replying, and it takes up like wait to take it like every second. Everyone has something to say at every instance of the day. Okay, and then there's like medium level activity, which is the desired amount, right? Okay, I would say like you have an average between medium and very little, right? Everything in between there, that's acceptable. It's like, okay, response every now and again, we're good, we're cooking, we got something, we got something going, right? And then you have the worst, which is no activity at all, right? I wanted that medium range because it's something that you engage with. I don't have to feel like I'm scrolling through 30 messages to find out something. Because, we've all seen it. Two people talking in a Discord, and they've just sent like 300 messages that they could have, but they were only talking to themselves. There's private messaging, bro. Just DM the dude. Like, I think that is the too much. I think that's like the too much activity. It's like no one has time for this up here, okay? No one. Maybe if you're a Discord mod who doesn't leave your computer, but no normal average person has time to be dealing with all that. That's insane, right? No desire to be a Discord mod. It's not on my agenda of things I'd like to do in a day. So but I get put into this role. This is not my Discord. It's my friend's Discord. But I get like king. We have roles. Okay, it's like I don't remember all the roles, but I know. I think I'm Big PP, and Big PP gets all the different roles, like all the possible roles, and then he can assign roles. Change, give people permission, start new channels, whatever. Right? Then you have Small PP, and they get access to mostly everything. There's just like really the only things they can't see are the private rooms between me and the guy who started it, and that's it. And then you have a role below that which we won't name, and then we have a separate role called sheriff, and that the sheriff role is just one guy, and it's just because his name on a game was something to do with sheriff or something like that, and he was like, yeah, I don't want to be Small PP, and was like, oh well, we need law. We need law on our part, so we gave him, his name fit. So it was like, okay, you're sheriff. Congratulations. So those are the bare bones essentials of the Discord, right? Okay, we'll go ahead and give it a double check, okay? Um, this cheeky bitch. I hop in. Okay, and I notice this because when I get in to use Discord, it's very few and far between. It's not a very common thing. So I see who's online because I want to know if I'm going to have people to play with. So I check it. I'm like, okay, general chat. These people are online. I click in and I'm thinking maybe I get lucky. Maybe someone hops in. I click in. Immediately 2 names went to Moon. Now, I guess the assumption is that I'm not very well liked by those individuals. That is a fair assumption to make, I think, which is fine. That's okay. I feel like we normally have fairly decent enough conversations to be able to play games. But that's fair enough. Anyways, they're online now. I noticed that. That's why she's a cheeky bitch. Okay. That's the bare bones. That's the essentials of the Discord, right? King of PP, Big PP, Small PP, Sheriff, and the unspoken one. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's probably fine. I think it's Jew. We have a friend who's Jewish. We have a couple friends who's Jewish. I think I'm part Jewish. Not enough to count, I don't think. I'm not sure what the rules are. I got a big nose. That might be a thing. That could be that. But he's like, that's like the thing. He's been like, I'm half Mexican, I'm half Jewish. That's how I identify. That's how I would like to be addressed. He is, so we have a separate role, and he is the Jew. So let's see here. Yep, there he is. Can I click on it? I don't think he has any. Yeah, it doesn't even say the. It just says Jew. It's pretty. This pretty. It's put together. There's no confusion there. He wanted it. We gave him it. That's his job to be that guy. So, uh, and I'm sitting here, and this is the guy who made the server. I'm sitting here, and I'm thinking, what's going on, man? And I want to. And this is the experiment, right? I want to sit in here. I want to see the names online, and I want to sit in here for 30 minutes, right? And then I want to get out, and then I want to call my buddy, and be like, "Hey, I need you to." I don't think he'll agree to it, but I need to call him, and I say, "Hey, man, what do you think about just sitting in the Discord for 30 minutes?" Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of options here. This isn't a one-time test, because one day of this working, like if everyone, like if he were to get in and people were to join, that's it could be a random occurrence, could be no one saw it, could be bad timing, right? But we do this enough. I think 5 times, because I know he's gonna give up or he's not gonna want to do it to begin with. But I think if I get him to do it 5 times, we run this little experiment, and if every time I sit here for 30 minutes and no one joins, and then he sits here for 30 minutes and people join, we have a theme, we have a common link, and he needs to use his responsibility to make me more friends. That's what this boils down to. He needs to make me more likable, because I have a fragile ego and I'm falling apart at the seams. I'm sitting here overanalyzing this for a reason, and it has to be the ego, the most fragilest of egos, and I'm losing my mind. Anyway, I don't know. This is like 7 or something. I'm not keeping track. I came in on this one's really strong. I had funny stuff I was saying in the bathroom, and then I got in here and I was trying to get it like worked out. Like the whole like is gone now. It's gone now. This wasn't scripted, so it's just that's far away. I don't know when the last time I did this. I'm gonna take a glance. I'll give you an update on the last however many weeks since the last one. I like to do that. Little uppies. They feel nice. They're for me. At the end of the day, this whole thing's for me. So I did accidentally look at statistics the other night. I don't know why. Oh, okay. So I do know why. I was I, I was curious because one of the videos had like like a larger amount of views than normal. I was like, who in their right mind is watching any of this? And this is it. I think this is it. It said 60. Yeah, see, right? Like my metric is like if it has more than 5 views, why is this happening, right? I had one. It had 64 as of right now, I guess. And I was like, what's going on with that? Anyway, apparently YouTube is advertising me in India a lot. I do not know why or what about my content says India based. Uh, Maybe it's the hollow walls, which doesn't feel right at all because if media has taught me anything, and this would be Hollywood's fault and my own for my lack of cultural learning, is that they're quite a colorful people and that they like decorating. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've been led to believe. Okay, 3 weeks ago. Is that it? Grandma called to say she loved me. There you go. Episode 4. Okay, so this is 5. That's fine. That was an hour long. That's absurd. Didn't mean to do that. I don't even know if it's worth watching back. Uh, anyway, uh, 3 weeks ago. I think this one I got back from vacation. Maybe that one. Yeah, that was back from vacation. This was something after that, and this was something after that. Oh, that was a stream. Okay. Um, Dude, honestly, I've just been working. I don't think a single thing has happened. My mom is flown out for Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow. So we have been hanging out. That's been interesting. Lots of ups and downs. Working on, had a couple of good cries together. That's not true. I accidentally made her cry, and that was mean, and I felt bad about it later. Um, and then we got over it, hopefully. And tomorrow we're making candles, and she tried to do. Okay, I won't sugar because I even told her I was like, this feels more childish than what I'm willing to do. There are certain things that I'm willing to be a little childish and a little bit of baby's mama boy. But she wanted to do the caster hands, where you do like the epoxy, you shape it, and then you pour the epoxy, and then it's like a hand, like something they would make you do in eighth grade for like in an art class or something. And uh, I was like, yeah, we can do that. And my thought was, well, we're both getting a kit. I'll just put something I own inside the mold and then make a bunch of random epoxies of random stuff in my house. And she was like, no, I want to do us holding hands, and then you can hang it on your mantle. You can put it on your like a windowsill. I was like, I'm not. That's no, no. It's, you know what? To an extent, it is sweet, and maybe I care too much about public appearance, and that's my bad, and I shouldn't, and I'm right about that. I shouldn't, but I do to an extent, and that's just not bothering me because I didn't think about it at the time. So, hey, talk about it. You might figure something out about yourself, maybe. Uh, Anyway, I told her no, I'm not doing that, but we can gladly do one. And then I was like, I told basically boiled down to I'm not doing that and putting it in my room or my apartment. But if you want to do it and you want to take it home for you, that's great. But I don't need one. Um, so basically, talked her out of that, and then she got me some candle making stuff because I already had some. But I was running out of tins because I keep doing a thing where I like. Okay, walk in with me. Okay. I'm not gonna say this works for everybody. Okay. I'm probably a 6. I think it's a fair assessment. I'm 6'2". I got a face of a 6. That puts me at a 7 probably, just because I'm tall. I'm not really fat. I'm skinny, so 7. I feel like that's a reasonable thing. 6'2". Got a 6 face. That puts me at a 7. Right? That's a reasonable. I think that's a reasonable assumption to make. If you look at my arms, we're back down to a 6. So okay, so we're at a 6, right? So what do? Right? You're 6. You're wandering in the world, and you're trying to find potential partners. Hobbies. Make them up. Don't make them up. But go figure one out. You don't even have to like it. Just do it. Makes it more interesting. It's a cute date idea. Tell a girl that you're getting kind of closer to, that you want to come over, that she can come over and make candles with you. It's a win, dude. And it's less basic than candles. Or not than like cooking, because every person is like, oh, we can make a meal together and have like a cute little meal date. Like, oh my god. And that's fine, but it's overdone. It's cliched. It's boring now. Okay, you can't be like, oh my gosh, dude, let's make a pie together. Like it's overused, man. Like I cook all the time. I enjoy cooking for myself. I don't necessarily enjoy. Okay, and that's another thing, and we're gonna bounce back to that. Let's take a note in the notebook. Uh, Cooking. I'm a 6. Candles, hobbies. Okay. Note taken. I like to cook. I enjoy cooking. But there's also a thing of like, I need to have a reason to cook, right? I don't want to just cook and then have a bunch of food in my fridge for no reason, especially because like I eat to a specific diet. because I don't want to like blow up into a balloon, and I've already gained a bunch of weight since my mom's been visiting because she's been buying me food, which has been really sweet, but there's so many calories, bro. Uh, so I'm an insecure little bitch, okay? I said it. That puts me at a 5. We gotta drop that down again. Okay. Dude, we're really learning things about ourselves tonight. Uh, so I cook a lot of like low calorie pasta dishes, low calorie rice and chicken dishes. I don't do a lot of beef and like red meats. Not because I don't like them, but they're just higher in fat. That's an easy decision for me to make. To be honest, I grew up eating a lot of steak. We had cows. We killed the cows. We ate the cows. I ate a lot of steak growing up. Okay. It was a thing, right? So I don't feel the need to go to a steakhouse and order an overpriced steak, okay? When I know they're gonna do a bad job. If I really want a steak, which I really don't ever really want a steak, but I've done it before, like I was dating a girl, an ex now, where she really liked steak because she didn't have steak every day for 5 years, right? Growing up. So I learned how to make steak. I didn't just learn how to make a steak. I figured out how to make a good steak, and then I did a lot of bad steaks until all of a sudden I managed my way into a good steak, and then I had a good steak, and then I had a great steak, right? Yeah, there's a process, right? And I really hate recipes because they make me want to throw up. Just throw something in a pan and figure it out. Like, if you haven't started making pasta and then realized you didn't have milk or butter, you don't know how to cook, dude. Because, boom, no milk, no butter. What do you got? Mayonnaise. It's the same thing. Maybe it's not, but to be honest, you get a result that's not that bad. It tastes decent, and it's. But then you learn, maybe before I sit down and start cooking, I'm just gonna run by the grocery store. I'm gonna check the fridge real quick, make sure I got like actual ingredients before I have to shove a tube of like mayonnaise into a bunch of pasta and water it down and then let it reduce into a sauce that's not disgusting with my pasta noodles. So I'm just saying, like I've done a lot of weird stuff in the kitchen in the pursuit of like learning how to cook. I made a milk meat once. Just boil a steak in milk. I forgot. I saw a recipe once like 2 years beforehand, and I was like, milk can tenderize meat, milk meat. Like it was not good. But you know what you do is you sit down, you take that steak off the plate, and you eat the whole thing, because you can't learn if there's no punishment. If there's no one there to say that it's bad, you have to eat it and realize how bad it is. So we've done that a lot. But because I do a lot of cooking and I do a lot of trial and error, that makes it fun, right? Figuring out if something's gonna work, if it's not gonna work, trying it, and being like, whoa, what's this? Nah. What's this? Yeah, right? What I hate doing is being told what to make and then having to look up a recipe so that I can make it for that person's like interest. I don't want to cook your stupid chicken Alfredo with Rao's sauce, okay? I want to grab a block of cheese. I want to grab some cream and put it in a pan and just hope I can remember how to make a sauce. That's fun, dude. But you sit here and you tell me we should make some pasta for dinner, and what you actually mean is, let's go get let's go get a box of Rao noodles, a box of Rao sauce, dump it in there, and then take an entire bag of mozzarella cheese and throw it in there and let it melt, and then just put it in a bowl. That's not, dude. You cannot be any lazier, and I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. And I swear, if I go out with a woman again and she makes me do that, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose it. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind doing it every once in a while. I can be lazy, but if that's like your idea of like a cooking date, you deserve to be punched in the stomach, dude. While the baby is in utero. Okay, I want you to be okay. That's upsetting to me. I think that's a reasonable, not a crazy thing to say. Back to the hobbies thing. cooking. Don't, like, if you're trying to, like, even, okay, ladies, this isn't completely true, and I hate to say, like, ladies, but I realize that if I ever get a following, it'll probably be a specific type of following. It'll probably be predominantly straight white men, which is upsetting because we suck most of the time. Don't get me wrong, we've had some winners, but I'd say most of the time we suck. uh, okay, ladies and non-ladies and men and the spectrum. Some people definitely, they're like, yeah, dude. And I said all that just to be nice, but really I'm just addressing ladies. Uh, if a guy likes you enough, he doesn't really give a shit. Just, and you really, if you want to do like a cooking thing, yeah, just ask him. Just be like, hey, I want to do a cooking thing. He'll be like, tight. Like, he will love that idea. He doesn't care. Uh, but guys, she might like it. She might not. And that's gonna be a difficult one. Because it also depends on like how well you know each other at this point, how well they're into you. You know, that's a lot harder to figure out. You know, because part of this is you have to convince them to either let you go there or allow themselves to go to your place, and that's assuming you have a stove. You could be a college student in a dorm room using a hot plate, which is fine. I cooked on a hot plate for a long time. Got a lot of good food on a hot plate, but it's a precarious situation. So it's kind of playing with fire, you know. Sometimes you're gonna get away with it. Other times you're gonna look like me, and tell you what, that's a month in the hospital and $1 million hospital bill. I'm just saying, like, you're gonna lose, and you're gonna lose hard. You're gonna feel it. Transition, candles. Transition, making soap. Transition, make chapstick. See what I'm saying? Especially, you know, if if you're using a Tinder and you're scrolling through, let's be honest, they're fucking, most of the time they're like either really weirdly artsy people or really weirdly not. It's pretty evident typically. Uh, so, you know, if they're super artsy, yeah, you're kind of scoring, right? And if they're not, they're gonna think you're gay and stop talking to you. Not because you're gay, but because they don't want to waste their time trying to get pee-pee when they know you like pee-pee. You know, it's kind of a losing battle, you know? But they're looking for pee-pee, and you're like, well, I'm also looking for pee-pee. They're going to be like, well, you're not really what I'm looking for, are you? Like, there's rules to this. There's a game. Anyway, that basically boiled down to figure out a hobby, man. I don't necessarily love making candles. To be honest, they're kind of boring. You boil wax, put flavor soup into the wax sauce, stir, wick, let dry, candle. Boom. Does not get much easier than that. And it's actually the same exact thing for the soap. I was at Hobby Lobby today. I read the back of the thing. It was the same thing. It was it was lazier actually. Cut cubes of big bar of soap off. Put in microwave in 30-second increments until it is liquid, not boiling. Pull out sauce, pour into cast of your favorite shape. Walk away, cool. Soap. Bar of soap. That, like, it's that easy. It's kind of boring when you actually get them there, but then they leave with something that reminds them of you. They're gonna wash their body with that bar of soap, they're gonna light that candle thinking about it. Like, that's a good win. That's a win-win-win. If you do all three, boom. And you can buy molds. And you can go to the next level. You can have fun with it if you really want to. You can go out and buy the molds. I don't buy the molds. Like I said, most of the time I just kind of like having candles around the house I didn't have to pay for, man. Candles are expensive. They're outrageous. Have you seen the price of candles? It's absurd. I can't stand it. This is the look of pure disgust on my face at the price of candles. That's my disgust look. It's also my happy look and my sad look. It doesn't much change. This is kind of my go-to look for most things, but the point stands. Candles are expensive. Making candles is cheaper. Bing, bang, boom. You can reuse the same bowl 1,000 times. Just keep buying wax. Really, the most expensive part or the scents, and you don't even need the scents if you don't want the scents. You can just burn wax smell. Have your apartment, your home smell like wax. That's fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. No one's hating on that. I feel like I came in strong and we're ending off on a bad note. Not even bad, just like low energy. I got a lot of it out. No, I got a lot of it out in the beginning. We're coming down. It's okay. We're here. Anyway, episode 5. You're welcome.